Welcome back. It's time for our Africa Health Network update. Health reporter Linord Moudou is here to tell us about some very serious charges of abuse against women. Hello, Linord.
Hello, Vincent. Hello, everyone. Well, human rights activists are threatening to take legal action against the Kenyan government after a recent investigation alleges that 40 women had been sterilized without their permission. Ruth Achieng lives with her 2 children in Kibera, a large rundown area of Nairobi. She is among a group of women who are planning to sue the government and hospitals after they were allegedly illegally sterilized. In 2004, Ruth had a miscarriage and was rushed to Kenyatta National Hospital. A week later, the 30-year-old Achieng says a doctor examining her told her that she had been sterilized.
They just said that I had been sterilized and that this meant I would never have another child. I asked why they had done that to me, and they said it was because of my HIV status, which means that because I was HIV positive, I should not have more children because they will also be HIV positive.
In a report dubbed Robbed of Choice, released by the organization African Gender and Media Initiative, 40 women across Kenya were interviewed, sampled, and found to have had a similar experience. The report revealed that coercive tactics were also used by medical staffers to obtain the women's consent. Pamela Adeka, a mother of 6, had just given birth to twins when she says health workers at a nearby clinic asked her to get sterilized in 2004 in exchange for baby formula.
I was a single mother and did not have a job or anyone to depend on at the time. So I asked myself, what were my children going to eat if they did not get their formula? They were not even 6 months, so they could not even take porridge. Back then, if you tested HIV positive, you were stigmatized even by your own family.
Similar cases have also been reported recently in Swaziland, South Africa, and Namibia. In July, a Namibian court ruled that state hospitals illegally sterilized 3 women because they were infected with HIV. Women Fighting AIDS in Kenya is a local NGO that brings women living with the virus together and helps them to get the information they need to lead somewhat normal lives. Carol Odada, a lawyer with the organization, explains why women are taking legal action.
There are 2 different aspects of it as well. There's a criminal angle and there's a civil angle, as we are only interested in the civil angle so that the women can get redress for the violation of their rights. Like they had the freedom of choice, which they were not given, because in most of the cases of the women who are sterilized, the decision was made for them. They were not given the right information. They were just told that women who are living with HIV have no right to have children.
The Kenyan government has ordered an investigation into the claims of the women. Dr. Shanaz Sharif, Kenya's Director of Medical Services, says the charges are not being taken lightly.
We're actually taking it very seriously. And what we have done is we have asked the Medical Practitioners and Dentists Board to take it upon to institute disciplinary measures against the institutions and professionals involved in this.
And for more discussion on this issue, we are joined on the phone from Nairobi, Kenya, by Teresia Njoki Otieno, an advocate of reproductive health rights. Mrs. Otieno, welcome to In Focus.
Thank you, Rino, for having me in.
You were part of this investigation that is ongoing, and personally you were a victim of coerced sterilization. Can you briefly tell us what your experience was?
Thank you. So what happened, Rino, is that when I was giving birth to my second child in 2007, I went to see the same doctor who had been seeing me when I was very sick, when I learned of my status. And it is the same doctor who helped me give birth to my first child through cesarean. So when I went for the second birth, then she was very shocked because she saw me when I was very sick and she could not understand why I had to give birth again. So categorically, she told me that I needed to be sterilized because if I continue like that, then I'll not fare well and I might even die.
Now, what does this say about the way women living with HIV have been treated in your case and some of the other stories that were reported?
I would say that what happened is that women are not given the information. You know, like sterilization is not an emergency. Women need to be given information, the advantages, the disadvantages, and any pros and cons, and then they can make informed decision. And that is what happened for my case. And so this has been very painful for some of the women who participated in the study, because others don't even have children and they've experienced various impacts due to that.
Can you tell us what is the status of the procedure and what do you see as the way forward?
The procedure of sterilization?
Yes, the procedure, the legal procedure that is being introduced in court.
Okay, what happens is that now we are seeking evidence through other legal organizations, seeking documentation that will help us in the courts to be able to seek legal redress. And currently we are still seeking the evidence through paperwork and also making sure that the women who want to go to court, because not all women want to go to court, their cases they can be, there are cases that can be taken to court.
Okay, and quickly in 10 seconds, what do you see as the way forward with this?
Okay, for us, I would say that the cases, taking them to court is one way forward that we are looking forward. Another thing, through Open Society of Eastern Africa, we want to continue providing psychosocial support for victims of sterilization, forced sterilization, and also sensitizing women living with HIV, because it is due to lack of information on their reproductive health rights. That is, yeah.
Okay, Mrs. Otieno, thank you so much. That's all the time we have, and good luck. And that was Teresia Njoki Otieno, an advocate of reproductive health rights. And we will continue to follow the story as it develops. And that's our Africa Health Network report for today. For more health news and developments, be sure to visit our website at africahealthnetwork.com. Vincent, back to you.
Well, thanks a lot, Linord, for that informative report. Be sure to watch for Linord Moudou's Africa Health Network reports every Tuesday and Thursday right here on In Focus.